everyone. So in today's video, we're talking with Ferrari owners and asking them what they do for a living. We're here at Hingwa Jewelers. They are hosting a private Ferrari event. And I'm super excited to ask these people what they do in order to afford these cars. So after watching that viral video of that Ferrari getting beat up, I was like, I need to make a video with some actual Ferrari enthusiasts. And yeah, we're going to be diving deep into some very personal questions about how they actually make their money and how they grow their wealth. We made the trek all the way here to Hingwa Jewelers in Walnut, California in my own Ferrari. And at the end of this video, we're going to switch things up and actually have Joey interview myself. So yeah, stay tuned for that. So we're here with one of the most famous Ferrari collectors in the world. Can you introduce yourself, your age, and what you do?
So I am David Lee. I'm born in Hong Kong. I'm Chinese. I am 55, and I am the chairman and CEO of Hingwa Lee Group. A lot of people know us for our Hingwa Lee jeweler stores, which sells watches and jewelry.
What has been the most fun part about being in the jewelry business?
We really get to interact with the end consumer, and for them to be excited about something and to have done the research and to know about, let's say, a particular watch and all the different things about it they like, that we could service them and can say, hey, you know, we can sell you one, we take care of you and provide you a good quality and provide you a good service. That makes us feel good, right? We're dealing with the end consumer. So that's good. I also like that from a principle, being that in this business as an authorized dealer representing the factory for a particular brand, let's say Rolex, we get trained by them. We understand the philosophy of the Swiss and Europeans. And that's also given me a lot of different experience that I might not have if I wasn't in this industry.
So over your years of being in business and being an entrepreneur, what's something that you've learned that you want to share?
So I do a lot of mentoring. I have a professional mentor class called Inner Circle from my education business. And in many guest speaking engagements at USC, where I'm on the board, I've come up with three kind of ethics that we hold dearly, and I think it's a part of the success. And this is the three. Number one is to work hard. Number two is to work hard with perseverance. And number three is to work hard with integrity. And I think that's something you can control. That's what you can control. You can choose to do. And then when the right timing comes, when the right opportunity comes, when all that is lined up and you take that on, that's when I believe you breed success.
What is a problem right now that you'd pay a lot of money to solve?
Well, I try not to pay a lot of money to solve a problem. A lot of times if it's legal, and it's not that it's your fault, somebody, you know, they bring up problems, they try to bring legal problems to you, or there's a conflict, a dispute. And if it's a money situation that can solve it, or being more generous, just giving in, not being so tight to say, I gotta have what I gotta have or I cannot budge, it's a waste of time. Because if you can just allow for it, or it costs money, or however, whatever you want to translate that to, you free yourself of this negativity that's in your mind. And you can start to put yourself in positivity, in creative things where you can make money, and it's not occupied by the negativity that doesn't do anything for you.
What do you love so much about Ferrari?
I'm just passionate about the company, you know, their racing heritage, their design, their engineering, and just the whole lifestyle. I'm not somebody that wants to follow different marks. I'm pretty committed to just Ferrari. It's a special company and they make special products.
I'm really curious, how do you invest your money?
Real estate investment, which is a big portfolio, and a entrepreneurial investment arm. So I get to invest in various things. You know, cars, it's a collectible investment. So I get to invest in that aspect. I have startup fund that invests in startup. I have other beverage or education or other companies entrepreneurial companies that I've invested in. Even restaurants and magazines I have invested in the past.
So a lot of people watching this video are going to be young. That's probably their end goal. What would you tell them? How can they get started?
Whatever industry that you're interested in, you should go and work for one of the best companies in that industry. Work in there, understand the industry, get yourself promoted, get people around you that know that you're capable, and you take that on. People don't want to waste their time and never be involved, and they don't really know, and they're just guessing. And when they guess wrong, that's why a lot of times people make a mistake and they go belly up or it's not successful.
Can you tell us about a time when you took a risk and it paid off?
I've taken many risks and it's paid off, but it's all calculated risk. So you estimate if on the good side what would happen. A lot of people estimate the good side, that's the problem. They don't estimate what happens if at the worst case scenario. After you assess those situations, you decide to see if that's a risk you want to take. So sometimes you make it, you win, sometimes you don't.
How many people do you have working on your team?
For all the various businesses, I have a few hundred people, yeah.
How do you build a good team, like good culture?
I think building a good culture is all stem from the leader, from me. If you want to communicate that you want something done, they have to know that you're able to do it yourself and that you do it yourself. And you show by example and you you do it by training. And it's not hypocritical that, oh, you don't do that, but then they have to do that. It all stems from the leadership on top, how you lead.
What is your morning routine?
I don't get up early. I wish I got up really early, like a lot of people they do. They get a lot of stuff done. But I get up and I do my devotions and I have my quiet time, and then I assess my calendar. I look through my emails. I look through all my, now social media and all the different stuff to see what the things I need to answer and to kind of get my game plan for the day, to pick out what are the important tasks that I need to work on for that day and then focus on that. Because, I just take one day at a time. I got to make sure all the tasks I do it the best.
And for any people out there that want to get a Ferrari in the future, what would you tell them?
I would say do your research. Like anything, you would study it. You study it and just instead of compulsively buying, know what your strategy is. Is it for investment? Is it just to have fun? Is it to have a little bit of both? At least know where it's coming from. Talk to a lot of people. Do a lot of research. Just people so when they buy something, they know what they're buying and their expectation. And therefore, you won't be disappointed.
More specifically, what should they do in order to be able to actually, afford a Ferrari in the future?
Well, a lot of times I think people, they want the things now and they want to buy it before they really could afford it. I didn't really have a lot of these cars until many years after working, to build up the equity. And not to mention, for me, I was married, I have kids. I wanted to make sure my wife was taken care of, my kids were taken care of, my parents were taken care of. And then at the end, when there's extra, then that's when I take care of myself. And that's what we should do as people, to make sure that things is all in solid ground. Because you buy these cars and a lot of people want to just buy and flex or whatever and do that. It's just not the best way. But I know people are in a hurry and they cannot wait. It's just not the best way to go about it.
So Ferrari owners, they know how to run businesses. They're also really good at managing their cash flow. And that's where Revenue's FlexLine comes in. Revenue's FlexLine is a safe and secure way to put funds in your pocket for those in-between moments. I've been in the same boat where, yes, sometimes your business can get paid inconsistently, and it's nice to get cash on a more consistent basis. If you've been in business for over 6 months, had over $10,000 in revenue, are not a sole proprietorship, and have a separate bank account for your business, then this could be a great solution for you. Unlike other financing options out there, Revenue doesn't place much emphasis on your personal credit score during the approval process. Instead, they utilize revenue-based financing, which is an investment, not a loan. They purchase a portion of your future receivables at a discount in exchange for providing working capital in the present. I like that they use Plaid to ensure everything is safe and secure, which is what Venmo and Cash App use as well. And another thing, they're super upfront and transparent about the funds you'll receive and the structure of repayment. Once approved, you get access to cash instantly and can use it how you like. For example, to grow your business, pay yourself, buy business materials, whatever it is. Anyways, if you want to get funding right now for your business, the link is going to be down below in the description. Now back to the video. So what's your name, age, and what do you do for a living?
My name is Mel Stein. I'm 68 years old and I'm kind of an entrepreneurial guy.
What Ferrari do you have?
I have a 328 GTS. Is a convertible one, a target top one. Yeah.
And what's your favorite thing about Ferraris?
I just like them. It's kind of like owning a rolling art and it's prestigious.
So throughout your years of entrepreneurship, what's the biggest lesson you've learned?
Well, you have to follow your passion, and it's good to have mentors and, have high standards and just be creative and think out of the box.
Can you tell us about a mentor that you've had, as well as what lessons you learned from him or her?
Well, I've had mentors in the magic world. I've had mentors in real estate, and what do I learn from them? They've already done it, so they can kind of show you all the shortcuts and kind of the right ways to do it, versus if you do it yourself, you're going to fumble around a little bit.
If you were to start a business today, what would you do?
I think with the internet, it's kind of like the new gold, and there's a lot of people making money on the internet in all kinds of ways. And I think and with artificial intelligence and stuff, I think that's a lot of, I call it the new gold.
If you were to transport back to when you were 20 years old, what would you tell yourself?
Live like there's no tomorrow, because there might not be.
And what's been the best decade of your life so far?
I mean, everyone is great. I keep thinking life gets better and better as I age. I just do more and more fun stuff and travel, and it's just great.
Do you have any big regrets in life?
Nothing I can think off the top of my head. I wish I could have got smarter quicker when I was younger.
Can you tell us how you got started in entrepreneurship?
Well, I realized that I wasn't capable of working for anybody, because when I worked places, I never really felt like I kind of fit in. And also what motivated me was you don't make enough money working for people. If you work for somebody, you have a job, which means just over broke. But if you are an entrepreneur, you have like unlimited ability to make money, and so that was a motivator.
What makes you a good entrepreneur?
I just think I'm open to new ideas, new people, new situations, new technologies, and then I try to harness them to try to, make them benefit me or those around me in some way, shape, or form.
What trends do you see emerging today that you think young people can take advantage of?
I think things that are like internet related, or you have to kind of follow like the world and politics and see what's going on, and where you see things, markets growing, then that's good. Like real estate, sometimes people are going out of California, they're going into like Texas or Utah or Arizona. You have to like see where the trends are and kind of capitalize on them.
What's your name, age, and what do you do?
My name is Steve Steinhardt. I'm 75.
Which Ferraris do you have?
I have a Ferrari 575 Maranello Coupe, a blue one, Tour de France blue, with a beige interior.
What's your favorite thing about Ferraris?
Smooth style, and the car becomes an extension of my own body when I drive it. I feel at one with the car.
So, before you retired, what did you do for work?
I went into the car business. I worked for Chevrolet and Mercedes-Benz. Then I left. I went into the home accessory business. I own a company now that my wife runs most of it. It's called At Home in the Valley, and it's a warehouse full of rugs. You asked me about what would you do to get rich to afford a Ferrari. The key words are find a need and fill it. Find a product that someone make, or you can make it better. If you find a need and fill it, that's the way to get rich.
If you could go back to when you were 20 years old, what would you tell yourself?
When I find a need, I should fill it for sure. And the first chance I had, I invented crystal clear shower curtains with patterns printed on them. And I didn't go ahead with that. It was a mistake. Someone took my ideas and created a $700 million company called Saturday Night.
Thank you so much. So what's your name, age, and what do you do?
Vanness, 44. I do entertainment media and fashion.
How'd you get into that?
I don't know. I just kind of fell into it. Yeah. I had a passion for dancing, and that led to everything else.
Okay. Are you also an actor?
Yes.
Were you in Meteor Garden? Okay, I used to watch that show all the time. Do you have any advice for other people that want to be successful in entertainment?
Trust the process and find enjoyment in it. And it's a journey, not a destination. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding.
Do you have any regrets in life?
Probably, yeah. But, you work through them, you process and you digest those emotions, and you realize it's a learning process. And it's an experience that you go through because everything happens for a reason. And then just learn and grow.
What got you interested in cars?
Hot Wheels?
How do you pick your friends? How do you find people that you vibe with and you let into your inner circle?
I don't know. I try to give everybody a fair chance and then be as authentic as I can while still being guarded.
How do you invest your money?
I invest in people. I invest in myself, in becoming better and who I want to be and what I want to do. And then whatever businesses that I believe in that can help the world make it a better place.
If you were to start from zero right now, what would you do?
Get right with God. And ultimately, my faith and my walk is more stronger than anything that the world can try to throw at me. I'm unstoppable.
So what's your name, age, and what do you do for a living?
Craig Alsop, 63. I'm a retired engineer.
Do you have advice for aspiring engineers?
Get a good job for the most money you can get. Switch companies. Don't stay loyal to one company. Nobody gives you any kind of retirement anymore, so just keep moving.
And what Ferrari do you drive?
I drive a Dino 246 GT.
Wow. And what's your favorite part about the car?
It just drives nice. It's a beautiful car.
What's a mistake that most aspiring entrepreneurs are making today?
Most young people, they want to make money right away. They don't want to dedicate themselves to getting the job done correctly. They just want instant gratification. They need to learn to stick with it and keep working.
What's the best way to do that?
Just perseverance. That's all you can do.
And what's the most important lesson that you've ever learned in your life?
Be truthful to others and be truthful to yourself.
If you were to start from zero today, what would you do?
Probably just start my own business, something in the line of cars,
Why the car business?
because I enjoy cars.
Do you think passion is very important for what you do for a living?
Passion is the most important thing.
So how can people go out and find what they're passionate about?
Try different things. Once you find what you like to do, figure out how you can make money at it.
What's a big regret you've had in your life?
Working so much.
So what's the best part about being retired now?
I get to do whatever I want to do, whenever I want to do it.
So what's your favorite thing to do now?
I go out on my boat all the time, or I play with cars.
Do you have any predictions about the economy?
We need to get a Republican president in place because the Democrats are giving everything away.
Does buying a Ferrari make you happier?
Driving it makes you happy. happy.
How do you invest your money?
Give it to my financial guy and let him do it.
So it's all hands off?
Yeah, find the right person. But we also buy real estate and manage it ourselves.
What would you say has been the best ROI, like return on investment, that you've made for an investment?
Probably my Ferrari.
Why?
Because it's gone up about 20 times. But that's also over a long period of time.
So how were you able to resist selling it as it kept going higher and higher in value?
I just enjoy the car.
Do you think I'll ever sell it?
Somebody makes the right offer, I'll sell it.
So like how much money right now?
400.
Any last advice for people that want to have a good life?
Just enjoy yourself. Treat others with respect.
All right, so what's your name, age, and what do you do?
My name is Charliechang. I am 30 and I am a content creator.
Okay, what kind of content do you make?
Personal finance, entrepreneurship, investing, all money related.
How much money do you think somebody should be making before they buy their first Ferrari?
I think I was making at least 100K a month by the time when I got mine. I don't think you need to make that much though. Like there's like rules on like calculations on how much you should spend. But as long as you're comfortable and you have like money saved up, then I think it's fun.
And what's the best way that somebody can save up for a Ferrari?
Well, be frugal like I was. I still am very frugal, but I think saving money is extremely, extremely important. I mean, it's important to make to increase your income, but it's also important to keep it, right? So I've been like pretty good my entire life stashing away money and prioritizing savings.
What was like the biggest milestone in your business so far?
The biggest milestone in my business was not being worried about the prices of the food I'm eating at a restaurant. I care about like making more money because I am super frugal normally and money stresses me out. And I told myself like if I can one day make enough money where it's like I can go to a restaurant and not really care too much about what I'm buying, then I will have made it in terms of like being financially successful.
What's the best book that you've ever read?
I have two. So Miracle Morning, that actually inspired me to like take action on my morning routine and like meditate, write stuff, journal, work out in the morning, stuff like that. And then another really important book was Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. Before that book, I couldn't take cold showers. After I read that book, I could easily take cold showers. So like that book just teaches you how to be like super strong-minded.
Do you have like any regrets in terms of business or life in general?
I'd say not getting started sooner. I didn't get started with entrepreneurship like actually until maybe a few years out of college. And I really think that if I had, went through college better in like a more productive way, that I'd be a lot more ahead right now. So if I were to go back to college right now, I would study hard, get good grades, make good friends, shake a lot of hands, but also start building my side hustle. I think getting like experience as early as you can, that's super important.
What would you say is like your biggest piece of advice for a young kid like me who wants to become a millionaire in the future?
Not be scared of failing. Throughout my entire journey, I've failed so many times. And I think that's one reason why I've finally found success, right? It took me many, many years to find something that worked for me that I could do really well. And that's because I didn't really care about failing, right? So just keep failing, learn a lot of skills, and eventually you'll have the brain and capabilities to make a lot of money.
What would you say is the biggest skill that you learned that like doubled your money?
Maybe teaching things. So I tutored after college, not thinking that it'd ever help me in the future, but tutoring taught me like how to teach things in a easy to digest manner, which has really helped me out today because a lot of my content is how-to stuff for like education. So I think that was a big one for me. But I think for everyone it's gonna be different. Sales I think is really important. Marketing.
So what's your goal now in life? Now that you're a millionaire, what are your goals?
My goal is to just continue what I'm doing. Like I don't have a set end goal. I think a lot of people ask me that. I don't have an end goal. I just sort of take things day by day, enjoy life, have a good work balance while providing a lot of value. If you can figure out a way to create value that's in a leveraged way, then that's like the winning formula. Because for my stuff, I don't create like a ton of value for one person, right? But I create, some value for a good amount of people due to social media, YouTube. And that is really what has been able to like help propel my business and get me to where I am today.
What do you do to keep learning?
To keep learning, I watch YouTube a good amount. I read a lot of forums. I think like harnessing the power of the internet, like people's answers to questions, super, super helpful. I've learned so much doing that. And then of course, just reading books as well as audiobooks.
And, with your whole entire online internet business, what does your typical work week look like?
Every workday is different. I think I got into entrepreneurship because I just couldn't really see myself working for a boss telling me what to do like my entire life. So yeah, every single day is different. Some days I'll work 10, 12 hours. Some days I'll work 4 hours. But the bad thing about entrepreneurship is like you don't ever fully turn off. So I'm always like working in a sense. Even if I'm watching content, I'm working because I'm brainstorming.
So what do you do to push through tough times?
Just like know that things will always work out in some way, right? Like even if you fail at something, you'll come out ahead with a bunch of lessons and you can take those lessons and it's going to make the next thing you do easier. So I think I just go into things with that. And when things get tough, I just know it's like part of the process. So if you like sort of think about it that way, all the hard times become like sort of fun and like a challenge, and it can like push you to keep going.
What do you do every day that has led to your success?
I'm constantly learning. I'm like super curious about everything, how everything works. So if I like don't know how to do something, I'll learn how to do it. I'll spend the time to figure it out, and then I'll like sort of add it to my arsenal of like skills. So I'd say I'm a generalist due to my curiosity. I'm not like super good at one thing, but yeah, learning every single day, I think that's super, super important. I think not enough people do that.
How do you invest your money?
I am holding a good amount of cash right now, but I mostly buy index funds, ETFs, mutual funds, things that make me not have to worry about what I'm buying. That way I can focus on building my business. I think a lot of people make the mistake of like trying to day trade. They try and like pick out different companies to buy, and that like eats up a lot of your mental capacity. So I prefer just to make it more passive. So most of my money is in that. I have a lot of cash right now. I have a real estate property, and I also invest a good amount into my own business. Well, there you have it, you guys. Asking Ferrari owners what they do for a living. I'm not gonna lie, that collection was absolutely insane, and just really inspiring to see what these people have done to be able to afford such awesome cars. I do want to give a special thanks to David Lee and Hinghwa Jewelers for allowing us to come to this event. And yeah, I really hope you guys got some valuable advice and actionable steps that you guys can take. If you guys want to get some free stocks, I'll leave some links down below to Webull and Mumu. And we'll also leave a link to Hustle Club, which is my free newsletter teaching you how to become a better entrepreneur in 3 minutes or less. All right, that's it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.